Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Community Conversations. I am Atanya Jean Funny, your audacious advocate and candidate for Commissioner District 3, Clayton County. And I use my love of learning and passion for community engagement to empower families. Y'all, tonight, y'all see this big old grin that I have on my face? I have a special guest that we are going to start the show with. So, without further ado, let me bring him on. Give me 1 second. He is coming to the stage. Hi, Sir Griff. How are you doing?
How are you, my dear?
I am wonderful, wonderful. Always glad to see your face and to hear
Glad to
that
be
very
here.
distinctive voice.
Let me tell you something. I'm blessed to be around anybody that's funny. Pun intended. I'm excited about the night. Excited about telling them the news that we have.
Yes, yes. Go right ahead. Tell them, Griff, what we got going on in Clayco. What's going on in
I
Clayco?
can tell them. Oh, good. Okay, so on Valentine's Day, Miss Funny and myself are bringing a comedy show, the Clayco Griffin Friends. Very excited about it. You know, I had the opportunity to meet Tanya some months ago, and the first thing I said is, "Your last name is Funny for reals?
Yes,
Please tell me." Please tell me. She was like, and I'm running for. I said, come on, we got to do a comedy show. You and I have to do a comedy show. So she put the comedy show together, and the first one is going to be Valentine's Day. So super duper excited about it. I'm bringing some funny people with me, man. It's going to be awesome.
yes. You are so funny. Just as soon as we met previously at another event during election time.
Right.
And whenever I'm around you, you just cannot help but just be smiling from ear to ear. So I may be funny, but you're the funny one.
Let me tell you something. I can't wait to meet the rest of the funnies. That's what
Yes.
I tell my wife, I'm excited to be around funny people. Literally, like I think we're gonna need like a rim shot. We're gonna need a drummer just to sit there and go, Tanya, Jean,
Listen, we
like all
coming.
night.
So the event is on Valentine's Day. It's a Wednesday. And what I wanted to do, I like to celebrate Valentine's Day on the day. I don't want to wait till the weekend,
Of
but I
course.
also don't want to travel far because everyone has to get up and go to work the next day. So, you know what we have to do? We have to do something in our community. We complain, there's nothing to do. Well, we got to do it.
That's
So
right.
I am just elated to be able to bring the show. It will be at the Morrow Center, and they are gracious enough to let us have the place. The doors will open up at 6. It will be dinner and a show. And I know y'all are all wondering, like, okay, well, how do I get my tickets? I'm ready. So
Right.
let me just add a little something. There you go.
Come on, okay, oh, right there. It's right there. That's how we can
Right
get
there.
them. Come on. I love
Yes,
it. I
right
love it.
there. Go ahead right now. Stop what you're doing. Go ahead and get your tickets to the Love and Laughter comedy show that is coming on Valentine's Day. And you're like, I ain't got a man. Bring your bestie. Come on. Come with
Yes.
somebody.
That's the best part about this show. Shout out to some people online, Claudia Massey up in Richmond, Virginia. I just feel like Claudia Massey is somebody I'm going to introduce you to. She's going to bless you. Big shout out to my manager and business partner, Roz Thompson.
Yes, Miss
My wife,
Roz. Yes.
Lamika, is watching this right now. What's so cool about Valentine's Day in this comedy show is you don't have to be in a couple. You don't have to be married. We want divorced people. We want looking for a Boaz people. We want, we want folk out there it's just gonna be a good comedy show that just happened to be on Wednesday, February 14th. But for the couples and people who've been married longer than whatever amount of years, we got some surprises for them. But again,
Yes.
you don't have to be booed up. In fact, if you single, let me be a black Cupid and put y'all together. All the women on one side. Look, we can play a little dating game or something real fast. How about that?
Oh, that sounds like fun. Because, Griff, I've had it both ways. There's been times when Valentine's Day
Oh,
I wasn't booed up. And there's been a lot of years, thank God, that I have been booed up, married
right.
over here. So either way, I want to laugh. I want to smile. I want to be happy. Okay. So this is the best way to do it. Come to a
I think it'd
comedy
be
show.
I think it would be real funny if you wasn't a happy person, like if you was a Debbie Downer and then your last name was funny and everybody was like, she not really funny though. Like
I know. Well, I haven't had this name always, but
right.
God knows how to put those personalities together. So I can tell you that my husband is he's pretty entertaining.
I
And
would hope
I'm
so.
just happy to put a smile on people's face when I say my name. And it was really funny when they tried not to smile. I'm like, please smile. It's great.
You have to, and you have a big, pretty smile. But we want everybody to come to a genefunny.ticketleap.com. Look for the comedy show. It's going to be great. It's going. What's amazing? What she's doing is she's bringing it to Clayco. And for the people that's watching this, going, "What's Clayco?" That is what ATLians. That's what people who live south of the airport call Clayton County. They
Yes.
nicknamed it
When
Clayco.
you land on your plane, you are landing in Clayton County.
How
Okay.
about that? How about that? When you come to the A, you in Clayco. So welcome
That's
already.
right.
Really excited about doing this show, but really more excited about doing something in the community. Being Atlanta Praise 102.5 is one of our big affiliates. We get up mornings at Erica Campbell, and really my kids, my family, I get to claim Atlanta for over 25 years. 7 years I was in Texas, but I was still coming every month to the A to get my daughters and stuff. So it's good to be home to do a comedy show. How about that?
Yes. So, Griff, thank you so much for jumping on to just tell the world about the show that is coming in just a couple weeks and encouraging everyone to get their laugh on. You said something about laughter is good for the soul, good medicine for the soul.
Let me tell you something. Proverbs 17:22 says laughter is good for your soul like a medicine. But here go what the crazy part is. Proverbs 17:23 say if you don't laugh, then your bones will dry up and you'll die. So let's
Woo!
just stay positive. let's let's just let's just
One or the other. I'm gonna laugh.
listen. It's not a lot of leeway right there. Tanisha Ward is on saying, get your tickets today right here in
Yes.
Clayton County. Shout out to Clarence Cox watching this morning. Very excited. Very excited. February 14th, man. It's gonna be a special day.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. And you have a wonderful evening, Griff, and we'll be talking soon.
I cannot wait to see you. You guys can hit me at the number 2 in the word trillion on everything at 2 trillion. Got some special things happening in the ATL, man, and excited to push this show, a love show, should we say. We're pushing a
Yes.
love show that's very funny and also has a comedian that doesn't have anything to do with the funny, but that's the whole fun in it. You'll figure it out. You guys stay blessed.
You too. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
You too, my dear.
So, everyone, I'm so excited to have Griff and friends coming on Valentine's Day to just warm our souls and laugh and be with each other right here in Clayton County at Morrow Center. As you can see, You go to agenefunny.ticketleap.com/love and laughter comedy show to get your tickets. They are live, ready for you to get them right now. So let's fill the house, and we're going to have a great time. Okay, going to have a wonderful time. So today I have a guest that is going to be on with me, and the great thing about it is that her background is in entertainment also. So she does it and uses entertainment, or that's what she's doing, using performing arts to address social issues. So I'm going to bring Miss Kitchens on so that we can have a conversation, because you know I'm all about social action. Okay, I'm about social action. So I'm going to bring her to the stage now so that we can have a conversation about what she does and the call of action that she has for all of us. So let me bring her on. Hello there. How are you doing
Hello.
today?
I am doing wonderful. So glad to be here with you.
I am so glad to have you here tonight. You know, I'm so revved up just about all things Georgia, all things
Yeah.
Atlanta. And what I do realize is that sometimes we got to leave our counties and see what are some best practices and other things that are going on that we can bring back to our county. So I was so fortunate to meet you and to sit down and talk to you and your organization about some social justice work that you're doing. So, if you could start by just telling us who you are and how you got started and about your organization, I'm going to give you the full stage. All right.
Oh my goodness. I would love to. I was laughing when you were introducing and saying I entertain. My team would laugh because I'm the serious one. My name is Adria Kitchens, and I'm the Director of Equity and Activism at Out of Hand Theater. And oh my goodness, how did I come to this? You know, my background really is in transformational work and looking for the ways that we can heal racism in our lifetime, or at least focus with that lens, so that we can leave a legacy of everything that is needed to continue on that path. And Out of Hand, we use the tools of theater to create a just world, right? We combine theater and film with information and conversation. So you will find that in all of our projects, we have art, we have information, and we have conversation. And I am the program manager for our Equitable Dinners program, which brings together people with a short one-person play in a facilitated conversation to talk about inequities and complex topics like race or racism. And the whole idea is to support people to leave inspired to take action. That is just a little bit of what we do. We have programs in many different areas, a number of programs throughout the city, and all of them use that model in different ways. We have programs around equitable vaccines and making sure that all of us have are going to get our vaccines, especially for the COVID-19 virus. We have programs that support children, especially children who are living in areas where their schools um, are considered high poverty, and we want to take theater to them and teach them the tools of theater and the tools that we use every day. We have programs in high schools where we are supporting students to understand how to use art and theater and conversation to navigate really complex conversations, to navigate conflict, to look at the ways that they can create change in their own communities. And we also do that for adults. So supporting them to really understand how to use arts to create empathy and understanding in the community, especially around really difficult issues and difficult topics, so that people can come together and have a conversation that leads to positive change. And our pillars for Out of Hand are racial justice and economic justice. And all of our work is around creating opportunities to have conversations inside of those two pillars and looking for the ways that we can shift and change our community and our world so that everyone has an opportunity to thrive. And one of the ways that I had the opportunity to meet you
Yes.
is talking about our uh, new project, which is Thriving Together. It's the Bloomberg Arts Challenge. And we are doing that in collaboration with the City of Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs, and the CDC Foundation and the National Black Arts Festival. And we're really excited because we have the opportunity to have conversations with community leaders, government leaders, healthcare workers, public health professionals, to talk about the inequities that exist, especially in the city of Atlanta. But the city of Atlanta actually impacts the metro area.
Yep.
So,
Metro
not just,
Atlanta. Hmm.
right, it impacts metro Atlanta. So, looking for the ways that we can create an Atlanta where we thrive together and have a healthy Atlanta, and everybody has the opportunity. Not just the opportunity, the right, and has all the tools they need so that we can all thrive.
And what I loved about our conversation was that there was people from all areas
Yes.
in the room. What was Mableton and East Point, and
Yes.
Clayco was in there really big, Clayton County,
Yes.
um, and other parts of Metro Atlanta, and we pretty much was on the same page when we were talking about the questions that your
Mhm.
organization posed to us. And then we were also able to learn from each other. That's the one thing of like getting out of your circle to meet other people and see what's going on. You get to learn from other people in the different fields.
Yes, and that's the beauty. So you're really speaking to the beauty of our equitable dinners model, because it does bring together people from all of these diverse backgrounds. And so many times, what you find is that we are really in agreement on a lot of
Yeah.
different things.
Hmm.
We come from all these different areas, and you wouldn't know it unless you get together and connect and talk, right? Because that's when you have those ideas. Because I love what you're saying. Part of what we want in that model is for people to hear other people's stories so they can say, hey, you know what? I could do that in my community. Or how can we connect together and collaborate and do something and actually create positive change in the community?
Yeah, and that's what I love about ANDP also, is that they actually take us out of the state so that we can
Yes.
see, how others are handling the challenges within their community and what little piece we can bring back to our community. One of the ladies, the alum, she has a block party, a community block party that she started from being in the organization that brings together her whole community, and her community is huge.
I
But
know.
just those things, you start with just a little seed and you just grow it, and there's no telling, what it can become. So now I know that you all were granted a Bloomberg Arts Challenge.
Yes.
So can you
Mhm.
tell us about that and what you need our community to do?
Yeah. So this is a 2-year grant from the Bloomberg Foundation. And as a part of that, what we want to do is go throughout the community and share a one person play and spark conversation and create awareness around the inequities that exist, and not just stop there, right? Because we actually all know
Yeah. Yeah.
we're all impacted by by the inequities. And what's interesting, we're all impacted by them. If I just think about the conversations we had on when we were with your group on Saturday, just listening to environmental challenges,
Yes.
having proper food availability in their community, being able to find a hospital that's close in your community, and get proper access there, and actually having people hear you when you actually do go to go and get medical care, right?
Yes.
Are they really hearing what you're sharing, and understanding? So Bloomberg has charged us with doing that in the city of Atlanta and taking this conversation to at least 2,000 people over the next 2 years,
Oh,
um,
wow.
so that we can have these really deep conversations. And I say deep because the arts actually support us in bringing people into a conversation at a different place. So, like, we come in there with an understanding of each other's because we've heard a story and we're able to share more deeply. And so, we are working with the partner team, and we're using our equitable dinners model to take that out to the 2,000 people. And in partnership with the National Black Arts Festival and the mayor's office, then we will have murals that will be placed. There will be other arts. There will be a mobile art gallery that the National Black Arts Festival will be bringing to our locations as we
Oh,
are
wow.
sharing our plays, so bringing them to the communities. And then we'll have a festival in 2025 as a part of Elevate with the city, and we will have a big celebration. So what we really want to do is just to help people understand that racism exists, right? That it's sapping the energy of our entire society, that we can all act together to dismantle, right? It can be dismantled, and we
Yeah.
can all act together to create a better community. And, we've taken that from Dr. Kamara Jones, who's a local here in the Atlanta area, and she works with us. And we want to bring that to the community and really help them to um, have a different conversation and move things forward.
And I like one of the what you're saying is basically we have to acknowledge
Yeah.
we have to acknowledge that there is an issue to
Yeah.
address it. If we don't acknowledge it, we will never address it and try to get to the bottom of it. So there are lots of inequities in our society. And I guess like bringing it to the forefront through arts, I guess, it's like a little bit of medicine, but then you
Yeah.
can, you know, bring it
Well,
in a little easier.
yes, it makes a huge difference. And I want to go back to something you said, which is really important about the acknowledgement piece,
Hmm.
because I've been a transformational coach for many years. That's where I came into this, from this transformational space. And what I know in working with people, and I've worked with thousands of women, um, is that if you don't acknowledge what the issue is, you can't actually get through it, right? And get to the other
Yes.
side, which is why you're there. And it's the same thing here. It's like, if we don't acknowledge that racism exists, then it's hard for us to find a pathway to racial equity, right?
Hmm.
And to a place where we do all thrive, because we're actually all being impacted by it. And the arts actually help us enter that at a different place. So part of us using theater is because we're able to share people's stories. So we talk to the community, just like we talk to the ANDP community, and we gather information, and we use that information to give to the playwright so that they can create a play that's informed by the community. So this story is not just some story that the playwright makes up. It's
Yeah.
a story that's informed by what's actually happening. And so they're creating a story to gather all of the stories into one language, right? One story, so that we can all hear it. And what happens with theater is, especially in a small, intimate group, and these small, impactful plays, because we create them specifically to be like 10 to 15 minutes for this model, is that people who, like Black and Brown people, we don't have to share some really painful story, because you have a story that's shared, unless we want to, right?
Hmm.
So it allows everyone to like be a part of the story and hear the story, and not have to lean on one group of people, right? To show up and share their pain.
Yes.
Right? They get to see it all in the story, and then we can all have a conversation. Everybody feels like they can have a conversation, because we're not exhausted by that, right? We're actually just seeing and being a part of what's being shared in the beauty of the words that come from the playwright.
And that's so great because we were all recorded, our answers were
Yeah.
recorded, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how it all comes together because it'd be like, oh, that was my little part right there. Or sometimes like when you go to church on Sunday and the preacher be like, the preacher was talking to me
Talking to me,
today.
right?
Um,
I love that.
so for other people, maybe people that don't look like us,
Mhm.
to see this playwright and that may not be their experience, but for them to know that someone in the same state that they live in is experiencing this right now. So hopefully it'll start to I think we're kind of losing some empathy within our society right now. And so
Mhm.
hopefully that will bring it back and be like, okay, if my child is sick, I can literally drive 20 minutes to the nearest pediatric hospital, whereas another person, i.e., me, will have to drive 55 minutes to get to the
Yeah.
nearest
Yeah.
pediatric hospital. So maybe you can see, like, okay, maybe these are some issues that we do need to address. These are some inequities within our society.
Yeah.
People, table mates that I had was talking about the food deserts, and how far they have to go to get to a quality,
Quality food. Yeah.
quality grocery store, things
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the play at least once somewhere.
Yes.
Where what do you when are you all going to have more of the conversations that you all had with us? And how can my audience find out about it so that they may be able to be a part of it?
I am so glad you asked. So first, I'm so glad you said that it's not just for people who look like us, right?
Mhm.
Because we are actually all being impacted by racism, right? Systemic means it impacts everybody,
A system.
right?
Yeah.
Negatively, we're all actually being negatively impacted, especially in our health, because a lot of us don't have access. So it's for everyone to have the conversation. And the beauty of that is that when you come to our events, is that everyone's story is sacred, not just one group or one person.
Mhm.
Everyone who comes, their story is sacred, and we see it as that. And we want them to come share their story. So to be a part of what we're doing, we will be at launching Thriving Together at the Night of Ideas, which is on March 1st.
Okay.
And you'll be able to find out more about that. The press release will be out soon. I'm sure you can come to our website at outofhandtheater.com very soon and get that information. And that's when we're premiering the play. We will be having listening sessions throughout the next 2 years. And one of the ways we do that is what we do is now that we have our play, we take the play back out to the community.
Yes.
And over between March and June 1, we actually bring that play and we're co-creating with the community. So they're actually going to give feedback. We're going to take that feedback to the playwright and they're going to incorporate as much as they can, right? Obviously,
Mhm.
it's 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute play. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
And so any other feedback we get, right, will be incorporated into other parts of what's happening, like the art that's with the National Black Arts Festival and all the ways in which we're presenting the program. So there will be other places to incorporate that feedback. And then we will be looking for places for people to host us and bring in their community. So it could be in a church where we bring in the community. It could be at your doctor's office. If you're at your doctor's office and you're like, "Hey, I want you all to do this and this is an amazing experience." We can do it there because what we really want to do is get in front of people and allow the healthcare workers as well to see the experience of the people
Oh,
they're
that's
caring,
nice.
right? And also so that they can see, we can talk to them about their experiences because they're also getting impacted by racism. They're being impacted by what's happened in the last several years, right? With the pandemic, many of them are so tired and exhausted and haven't even had an opportunity to process everything that's happened. The numbers of people that that died, right? And the
Mhm.
hours, and they have just kept going and kept going and kept going. And they're facing their own issues of inequities, where they work. So I think the best place is to go to our website at outofhandtheater.com, and you will be able to find all the information you need to join with us and participate and be a part of our conversation. And if you can join us March 1st, that's a free event. Everything we do is a free event, a free public event. So you're welcome to come. I know that we already
Thanks
have.
to Bloomberg.
Yes, thanks to Bloomberg. We have events already scheduled for March 24th. We have an event in June. So we need to fill up the calendar, right? We
Mhm.
need to reach our 2,000 people. So please join us.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome. So they can go to outofhandtheater.com,
Yes.
and they'll sign up there to join one of the events. And we want everyone to hear our story, what we're
Yeah.
going through. And I think, like Alexandra said, yes, arts is therapy and it's fun for the community.
Yes.
Um, I want to thank Taronica for joining us today. Tanya, my other
Ooh,
Tanya, is on here joining the conversation. Michael, Alicia, thank you all so much.
yay.
So make sure you all go to outofhandtheater.com so you can give your perspective to just living, living in
Exactly.
Georgia, because life be lifing.
Can I add one more thing? They can actually join if you want to join us for one of our shows and homes is starting in February, end of February. So you could
Awesome.
actually join us. You'll see we have a new play, Class Dismissed, that's launching end of February. So you can click on there and get tickets and join us for that as well.
Oh, awesome. I'm so glad I met you.
I'm glad I met you. Thank you for the opportunity in this platform to really share about what we're doing. You're creating such an amazing space for us to share what's happening in the community. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love when I learn, I want other people to learn. And everybody needs to find their niche and see how we can all work together to improve our community. There are so many different aspects. Like right now I have a lot of my business associates are on here, and that's one niche. And then I have some of my political people on here, and that's another niche. But we can all find where we are talented and valuable, and all of those things come together to progress our community. So I just love it, love it, love it. Can't
Yeah,
wait to see the play,
thank
and
you.
definitely will go online and see what else I can do to bring to the
Please, please
community.
do. Let us know you're coming. Let me know so I can be there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And is there any way they can reach you through social media? Do you want them just to go to the website?
Oh, yes. I'm so glad you said that. So I am on Facebook. I want to say it's probably Adria Jordan Kitchens on Facebook. I'm on Instagram at Coach Adria. You can email me at Adria at outofhandtheater.com. Feel free to email me and we will follow up with you. And if you want to get involved, we might have some artists out there. We might have some actors out there. So, hey, please hit us up. And we would love to have you as involved in what we're doing in the community.
That's awesome. Yes, we have a lot of actors, and because Georgia is the
Mhm.
place now.
Yeah, exactly.
Georgia is the place to be discovered. You
Right.
don't have to go to New York, California. Come to
Not
Georgia.
anymore. Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we will definitely be in touch.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So glad to be
Have a
here.
great evening.
You too.
Wow, what a great day we had today. And you know what? Griff left me a little promo, and let me see if I can get this promo to play. So we just to top it off, we had Miss Kitchens from Out of Hand Theater. Please go to her website and see how you can join the conversation and talk about social injustices that we have going on. And then I want you also to join me for our Valentine's Day event, a comedy show, Love and Laughter. And let me bring to the stage.
Y'all, it's Griff from Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell. And look here, my homegirl, Miss Funny, is throwing a love and laughter comedy show with me and some of my funny friends on Valentine's Day. That's right. Now, I know Valentine's Day is in the middle of the week, but you don't have to wait for the whole weekend to come to be with your loved one and your special someone, your boo. Okay? You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. Plus, laughter is good for your soul like a medicine. So come get your soul healed, okay? It's going to be in Clayton County. You ain't got to go far. It's going to be right here in the town. So I'm excited to host it, but I'm even more excited because it's from a lady whose last name really is funny. No, like she don't have a funny last name. Like her last name is funny. Like my last on her driver. Anyway, Valentine's Day. Get ready for the location.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So everyone, I know you've already gone agfunny.ticketleap.com/love and laughter comedy show. Go ahead and get your ticket and be ready to just enjoy the evening with your bae or your bestie, okay? So we're not going to complain. There's nothing to do. We're going to bring it to you. We're bringing it to you. That's what we do when we are striving to improve our community. We go out, we get the resources, and we bring it to you. So on that note, I hope you all have learned something today and had a great evening. And I am Atanya Jean Funny, your audacious advocate, and I use my love of learning and passion for community engagement to empower families. Now go out and buy a ticket. I'll see you on Valentine's Day with my Mr. Funny. All right. You all have a great evening.